listens it to and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devdasi from Ghana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining the call today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. I offer obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Arun Shah from West Bengal.
Hare Krishna and Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your association, and welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki Jai Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call today. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. It is always my pleasure to hear your voice, Mataji. Thank you so much in helping us in so many ways, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Thank you for attending the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sushmita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. This is Shyama Gauri Devdasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all your services, Mataji. Thank you so much for attending the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Is there anyone who would like to introduce? Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone to Bhakti Sanga Japa conference call today. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 28 and 29. Before starting, I would like to hand over the call to Ayan Prabhuji for brief introduction of Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Ayan Prabhuji, please take over the call.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat Pranam. I offer obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Here's a very brief introduction for our dear speaker. His Grace Radha Pramod Das. Prabhuji came in Krishna consciousness in 2001. Prabhuji got initiated in 2006 by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji completed Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapith from BVRC. Prabhuji manages a preaching center in Hyderabad. Prabhuji trains and educates corporate youth. Prabhuji gives daily sessions on Asta TV and other local channels. Prabhuji conducts online Bhagavatam sessions for many devotee groups around India. Here's a very brief introduction, Mataji. Over to you.
Thank you, Ayan Prabhuji, for the nice brief introduction of Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning, Prabhu, and enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhu. Welcome to the call. Whenever ready, please take over the call, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 28. Sri गुरुपुत्र उवाच नम प्रणीतं न परप्रणीतं सुतो वदत्येष तवेन्द्रशत्रो नैसर्गिकीयं मतिरस्य राजन् नियच्छ मन्यो कद अधासम मां नः. This is Sri Guru Putra Vacha, sons of Sukracharya. Hiranyakashipu's spiritual master said, Na, not, Mat Pranitam, educated by me, na, not, Parapranitam, educated by anyone else, Sutaha, the son, Prahlad, Vadati says, Eshaha, this, Tava, your, Indra Satru, Indra Shatru, O enemy of King Indra, Naisargiki, natural imam, this matihi, inclination, asya of him, Rajaha, O king, Naiche, give up, Manyu, your anger, Kataha, fault, Adaha, attribute, Sama, indeed, Mam, Naha, do not unto. The son of Sukracharya, Hiranyakashipu's spiritual master said, O enemy of King Indra, O king, whatever your son Prahlad has said was not taught to him by me or anyone else. A spontaneous devotional service has naturally developed in him. Therefore, please give up your anger and do not unnecessarily accuse us. It is not good to insult a Brahmana in this way. Text 29. Sri Narada Uvacha Guru Naivam Pratiprokto Bhuya Ayu Shura Sutam Nachet Guru Khiyam Te Kuto Abhadra Sati Matihi. Narada Muni continued, when Hiranyakashipu received this reply from the teacher, he again addressed his son Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu said, You rascal, most fallen of our community, of our family, if you have not received this education from your teacher, where have you gotten it? Purport. Shri Vishnu Chakra Thakur explains that devotional service is actually Bhadra Sati, not Abhadra Sati. In other words, knowledge of devotional service can be neither inauspicious nor contrary to etiquette. To learn devotional service is the duty of everyone. Therefore, the spontaneous education of Prahlad Maharaj is supported as auspicious and perfect. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-janashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Tadati Swapadadikam Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna. So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam for the purification of my heart. So, this is a very interesting topic, and the answers are actually very important for this question. But because my shlokas are limited to this, next shloka is actually very important, but it is not allotted to me, so I cannot take over that shloka. Because next shloka is very important shloka. Matirna Krishne Paratasatova Mitovi Padyeta Graha Vratanam Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamishram Punah Punah Charvita Charvananam. Actually, it's one of the favorite shlokas of many people in Bhagavatam. Very nice. But somehow it is, I was one day before, so I cannot take over somebody else. Ishavashamidam Sarvam. Whatever is allotted your quota, you should take. But still, I will try to do some justice for the what do you say? The chapter that is the sloka given to me. I will not take over others' property. So here we are having a very. Now I was thinking we will focus on the importance of gaining, because the question asked is what is the cause of Prala's knowledge. So that is the question that is asked. So the point here is when so the sons of Sukracharya, they actually tell to Hiranyakashipu, whatever your son Prahlad had said was not taught to him by me or anyone else. His spontaneous devotional service has naturally developed in him. Therefore, please give up your anger and do not unnecessarily accuse me. It is not good to insult a Brahmana in this way. So what they say is, it is spontaneous devotional. It has naturally developed. This is very important. So, of course, this is the same point which Prahlad is also going to say. So, the point is, the devotion, it cannot come on its own. It is, it is not by somebody else. It is through the heart of a devotee we gain. And another important thing is that we need to know, we need to have this understanding very clear. The guidance should be there to understand philosophy. That is very, very important. We'll try to discuss something on this topic, like how, see, this devotional aspect. This is there in all religions. Karma, jnana, and yoga. We'll find it in all religions. Bhakti is also there. Karma, jnana, and bhakti. Three aspects we'll find in all religions. If you see Islam or Christianity, there will be some people who are very devoted. They have very much great devotion for the Lord. It's whatever form whatever worship. So they actually have that devotional aspect. And some people, they will have this jnana aspect, karma aspect. What is karma aspect is why I'm telling, because we cannot say that devotion is not there. They have this pure devotional aspect also will be there. So this is, and what is karma aspect is you do anything spiritual activity, but for material benefits. That is a karma aspect. Some people do spirituality to gain free from the suffering of this world. That is jnana aspect. I'm telling one aspect. You can understand many ways. But some people, they do just for the sake of Lord. That is devotion, bhakti aspect. So here, this type of things are there in other places also. And that the devotional part, the spontaneous devotion, it is naturally developed in living entities. There will be so many like that. If you see some of the poems by other religions, they have very, very devotional poems also, in Christianity and Islam also. So the point here is what I wanted to say. Dharma is actually of the soul. So I will share some notes for you. So Srila Prabhupada says religion is dharma of the soul. Now at religious level, people should, now the question is like, people should be always have unity. Although everybody says that they preach about the dharma of the soul, still nobody has unity. So like we have this conference of Radhanath Maharaj. He comes to first, when he come to India, he goes to Delhi. There was a conference, Vishwa Sammelan, Dharma Sammelan, something was there. And everybody was fighting for the mic. to prove that they are the right and they are the original one. And there is one more, Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj, he goes to United Nations. And there he is also told to speak, and everybody speaks something on their religion. Interestingly, nobody agrees with any other. And then one reporter comes and says that, okay, what do you expect from this? And Maharaj, to be politically right, he says, yeah, everybody is having everybody accepts there is Supreme Lord, some Lord is there, some spiritual power, but the way they worship is different and all. Then there was a Buddhist reporter, he said, we are Buddhist. We generally believe that there is no God. So even that is not common in spiritual. So Buddhism is a spiritual organization, is a religion without God. So even that is also not common. But now the question is, Bhaktivinoda does say, why if the soul is a nature and this nature should be one, why there are so many dharmas? Islam, Christianity, and then Krishnaism and Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhism, so many isms are there. Why? The reason is the soul. Because the soul in the material world is conditioned. That is the first reason. That means what? That means we are having different taste. So different taste means so I'm sorry, it will reduce in 1 minute. The sound will. So just after 1 minute, the background noise will go. I came to my parents' place, so there are some guests I cannot avoid. I'm really sorry for that. So now here Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that soul in the material world is conditioned. So and because it is conditioned, it has different tastes. That is the first thing. I will like my religion should be like this. My God should be like this. My worship should be like this. All these things are based on our tastes. So that's why there are so many varieties of religion. Only pure soul will manifest true nature, no matter in which country it is born and what condition, culture it is brought up. The pure soul, wherever it is, it can be any religion, but it will manifest the true nature. That is the nature of service. That is the first thing. So now we are in this, we are conditioned. Condition means we have different tastes. Different tastes is like, say now I like some hot items. Somebody will like sweet items. So same thing which comes to religion also. For people, according to some people, the taste should be hot, some should be sweet, some should be for them the God should be really very strict. Some people God should be just some energy, impersonal. For some people God should be very ghastly, Durga Devi or Kali or some Kala Bhairav or some. For some people he just fulfills desires. Balaji, just fulfill desire. Don't deal with so much. Now, for some people, God should be some loving and caring. When I think one of the Alvars, he was in I think some other Kavi Alvar. He was in North India. He was, and one person he visits South India and comes there. And Narmani asks, "Okay, tell me, what did you see in the South? What knowledge you got?" This person says, "See, I am not very knowledgeable person. I didn't so much go for knowledge. I just visited. But one thing I heard, he says that in the South, they call Lord as Aravamud. So that means he is full of rasa. He's full of emotion, rasa. As soon as he heard, he immediately started walking. He said, "Where are you going?" He said, "I am going now to south because I want to know, I want to be with people who worship Lord as a person who is full of rasa." So now, after hearing, none of us might have, of course, some of you might have got some special emotional feeling. Oh, Lord is full of rasa. That is a taste actually. So he wanted the Lord should be somebody like that, full of juice and rasa, should be something so attractive. So the point is what? They are pure souls. But somebody who is not pure, for them, the Lord should be in that form. You are agreeing? That's why there are so many religions. Even if you come within ISKCON also, some people will like Kirtan, some people like Japa, some people like book distribution, some people like class, some people like deity worship, some people will like congregation preaching, some people. Within preaching also there are 108 varieties. That means what? It is all because of our conditioning. Somebody will say book distribution, yes, this is the only way. Prabhupada said, somebody says Varnashram Dharma, farm community. So the point is, it's all based on our taste. And only a pure soul can manifest it. This is the essence we have to make people understand. And what is this conditioning? So some of the prejudice that we have, they are called anarthas. And subconscious programs that are inserted into us. Now I can justify the way I am. You may, Prabhuji, why you give class like this? You can give some stories and some jokes also. Now I will justify. No. This is the only way to give class. Because that is what I am. That is my prejudice. Somebody says, "Arey, poor people, they are just coming and sitting 1 hour in front of you. And why you want to bore them? Give some pleasure, give some nice story and some joke. Let them be happy. Why are you boring with philosophy?" For me, what I feel, no, they are coming, so they need some knowledge. They should be given some very. So that means what? Everybody, whatever he is doing, we justify for what we do. That is called prejudice. I know I am right, and everybody knows this. Everybody knows they are right. This is the most important consideration everybody has. So now, how when a soul is free from all prejudice or subconscious programs, it starts loving Krishna. He understands that God is Krishna and is absolutely an all-engaging person. Your understanding. So this is the understanding we can achieve. The soul is free from, when it is free from all prejudice. So this is where our sadhana is there. So this is called anartha nivritti. All prejudice are basically anarthas. When anarthas are removed, then it is so easy to develop that attraction for Krishna. And how to get rid of this conditioning? This is a very important question, right? What is anartha nivritti? But one aspect which most of the people on the path of jnana, especially the Nishkam Karma Yogis, they practice this method. We are also practicing, but we don't consciously practice. We consciously practice Krishna consciousness. We are not consciously trying to avoid anarthas. We are consciously trying to remember Krishna, and because of that, this will anyway happen. But the process we should know. When people call about Nishkam Karma Yoga, we say, no, we are Bhakti Yogis. What is the main difference? They consciously work to get rid of anarthas. And we consciously try to develop attraction to Krishna. But in both cases, the important thing is what? To be consciousness. So we have to bring, so when anarthas, when we bring them to the conscious level, to our consciousness, and then we can turn them off. We can overcome anarthas. I will not take this topic elaborately because this comes and part of how to burn karma. But what I can just give is, say if you are emotionally doing any activity, it is having a reaction for it. We get affected by it. The impressions are very strong. But if you do consciously some activity, then we will not have that sanskaras, which are holding us to this material world. Basically, sanskaras are something that are holding us and making us continue suffer in this world. But we have to get rid of the sanskaras. And that is how when we are conscious, say example, if a person is watching a movie, if he's watching a movie, is very emotional. What happens? Then the events in the movie, whatever is happening on the screen, is going to affect that person, right? But if a person is, that means if something tragedy is happening, he is sitting here and crying in the theater. Some entertainment is happening, he's enjoying some dance or anything. That means he's affected by what is happening there, and the impressions are going into him because he's in an emotional state. But he's seeing the movie in a very rational way. He's analyzing, oh, this hero must be paid this much. That's why he's acting like this. Or he's acted nicely. Maybe they are using 2 cameras in this scene. Maybe they're shooting in this way or talking in this way, and this is somebody is prompting them. That's why they're able to speak this dialogue. Any of these things is trying to analyze it consciously. He will not enjoy the movie, and that means what? He will not get affected only by it. He just made his own some conclusions and then finish. Now you cannot enjoy also, and you will not suffer also. यही संस्पर्श जब होगा दुखयो नहीं होते. If you come in contact with the sense objects and we are emotional, we get affected. There is no way. So the point what I want to tell is that any activity, like say if I am attaching to myself to the family and house, now to the degree I am emotional in the sense we are wrongly identifying also. If you have a big house, what is the problem? Why we say that don't increase your property so much, not safe? What happens? What happens is we start identifying with that. My house is 5,000 square feet. 5,000 square feet, such a big house I have. What happens? Identity comes, and because of which pride comes, because of which attachment and suffering. It's not that whoever is having such house they are attached, but the point is the what I am want to tell is how dangerous it is to identify. Why it happens? Because a person is in an emotional state. But if he knows very clearly, Array, I am just a what do you say? I am just property owner is Krishna only. I am just tenant, and Krishna has given this property for some time and he will take away. So there is no question of getting attached, and there is no question of getting any bad karma only. Whoever is there, even if the most richest persons in India, Adani, Ambani, that property is Krishna's property only. For some years, they are the owner for it. That's all. After some time, they're removed. Based on their karma, they are getting some opportunity to hold on to it. For us, we are able to hold on to this body or the house or the family to the degree we are of course, for devotees, no karma, but outside people, it is the karma only. That is just a resultant of their karma that they are getting something for some time, either the body or anything. Why? If you know this very clearly, then where is the question of becoming proud only? Any talents also, Krishna is telling Yadyad Vibhuti Mat Sartam. Even the talent also, Krishna is, the owner is Krishna only. Anybody is becoming the topper, is becoming very intelligent. Fame. Whose property is fame? Krishna's property. If Krishna want to give fame to somebody, overnight they become famous. And then YouTubers and all, no? YouTubers and social media influencers. Who is giving them fame? Whose property is fame? Krishna's property. If Krishna wants somebody famous overnight, and after that, he want to remove somebody from the scene. Overnight, he is out of the scene. Nobody will bother about him. Nobody knows him. Like say, previously we had Prime Minister for India. 10 years he was Prime Minister. Nobody even takes his name only. He was top of the world too. He is in non-existence. That means what? they become not very relevant now. It is whose property? It's Krishna's property. You're understanding? So that is what is being conscious. Every time being Krishna conscious means to know that whom these things belong to. Like somebody is becoming famous or rich or anything, and we should not, uh, it's an absolute level. We should not become envious, or we should not cry. Arey, why it does not happen to me? Yeah, Krishna didn't want it. He's giving to somebody, so it is his wish. Whomever you want, he will give. Whomever want, he will take away. So why should we should be so worried about it like that? So this is what is the knowledge we need to not to become envious or jealous or unhappy, and not to get entangled also. I think I am speaking something beyond my realization. I am also not so much in that relation, but I am at least understanding that it's all Krishna's property only. Anybody's property in terms of name, it is Krishna's name. Who will make somebody famous means Krishna's, the fame is Krishna's energy. All these things like that. So illuminating all these dark cells of our subconscious mind with the light of true knowledge. That is what is important. And this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave, that knowledge, the Sambandha Jnana. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur very logically formulated in his books like Dashamula Siksha and other such books. And then we have Prabhupada who is, bringing it. Now teachings of Lord Chaitanya is the very flashlight that illuminates the impenetrable darkness of our consciousness, which is impenetrable darkness. Can you imagine how much ignorant people are outside? Really very, very bad state for many people. We discussed also previously. The cause of our unhappiness is two things. One is our attachments, one is our ignorance. For that we need knowledge and we need detachment, and which both comes from bhakti. When you do bhakti, we get knowledge also, we get detachment. But that knowledge cannot normally, all these peoples who are giving some discourses here, there, they cannot change people's heart. Only Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy and Prabhupada's mercy, that will change the heart. That is the major difference. We may say, Arey, they are also speaking, there are so many people outside, but it is not possible for them to change the heart. They may do some changes in the people's life, but they still remain selfish. Oh, this person was so bad, he became a very nice person now, he's very kind, he's very generous now, but still he is selfish. He is selfish in an extended way, but he is still selfish. Only a person, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ateva Shanta, Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakalaya Shanta. Anybody, even though he is doing philanthropic activities, purpose is, this is philanthropic activities. He is condemning. Why? Because it is selfish. It is extended selfishness. Change of heart means what? It is not that this person is doing some charity, he is working for the welfare of society. Recently, one person, he is trying to make some water conservation for the cities, working very hard and trying to help people get drinking water. There's also so many people who are trying to feed poor, and there are so many such videos come in the YouTube advertisements. Basically, when you are seeing any spiritual lecture, also you have to hear this advertisement where that is advertised like, oh, this person, he is doing this activity, please donate, he is doing this activity. But the point is what? It is all ignorance only. Why? It is extended selfishness. Only if we are willing to do anything for Krishna, not expecting anything in return, that is the only thing that is going to benefit the soul proper. No other thing. Selflessly we have to. That means we should start thinking about Krishna, stop thinking about ourselves. The center should be Krishna. So that is the point. And the teachings of Lord Chaitanya is the very flashlight that illuminates. That means we start, the focus is changed now. Until now, I am thinking, if I do bhakti, the question will be what I get. And that devotees also tell, I came to bhakti and previously so many problems were there. I came to bhakti, all my problems are solved. That means that fellow even did not understand bhakti. Alright, we come to bhakti not to solve the problems. We come to bhakti to please Krishna. Whatever problems, they can be there, they may not be there. Does not matter. You just please Krishna. What I will get? No, you will not get anything. Krishna will be happy. Krishna's happiness is only your success. You make him happy. What should I get? No, no, no. You will not get anything. We don't want also anything. We just want to please him. That is where actually the bhakti starts. When we start giving up our selfishness. Till that time it is a mixed devotion. It's not pure. Karma Mishra, Jnana Mishra. My mother, she says, why are you, I'm asking you chant. She says, yeah, because of my chanting only health is nice for me. So for her, the motivation is good health. I should do bhakti because I get good health. That is actually not the proper pure bhakti. So, following the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, one becomes Krishna conscious and get free from conditionings, all these anarthas. After practicing for some time, devotees feel Krishna conscious don't work, because when Krishna conscious works, when it works, Krishna conscious works when we are Krishna conscious. That is the first thing. That means you stop thinking about yourself, at least some time in a day. At least at the year of classes, we hear class, because Krishna will be happy if we hear about him. We'll hear, that's all. What you get? We don't need. We want Krishna. Like Jayadvaita Maharaj was editing books. Many devotees were giving him and he used to edit. And Chaitanya Prabhu when asked Maharaj, you are editing. What you get by editing? You are so much time you are giving. He says, what I get? Krishna is glorified. So this devotee is writing a book glorifying Krishna. And I am just assisting him glorifying Krishna. That's what is success. Maharaj didn't write for many years books, but he was assisting others. And that is what is he feel that, no, what I get is Krishna is happy. So this is the first thing. When we understand, it is the highest form of psychology, because from the perspective of Krishna consciousness. And we need to develop this attitude. Who will be happy if I do bhakti? Krishna will be happy. And Krishna should be happy. And that's what I need. I don't need anything separate. Slowly we start. Then no, there is some greater amount of happiness we experience. Like life, if you take life as a enjoyment, life is for enjoyment, then it is so difficult because there is so much struggle. Next level, if a person take life as responsibility, he can experience little more higher happiness. Say Prime Minister of India now he is doing enjoyment or he is taking responsibility. Yesterday I had a youth meeting. I asked the students, so what do you think? Prime Minister is enjoying or is taking responsibility? They said he is doing responsibility. Is he happy because of him taking care of so many people, helping them get good food, some facilities and all? Is he happy? He says, yes, he is happy. But he is not enjoying. Now, why is he happy? That means there is a happiness in responsibility also. Right? He is taking responsibility that makes us happy. That means that is a higher level of happiness. He couldn't just sit at home, watch TV and have some fun. Why is whole day traveling here, there and taking responsibilities? Because that is a higher level of happiness. Now the point is, when we come to Krishna conscious, when we take responsibility in pleasing Krishna and giving up our selfishness, my own enjoyment, we also experience greatest degree. What is that? The soul will enatma suprasiddha. Savai pumsam parodharmo eto bhakti radhokshaje ahaituki apratiyata Eyatma Suprasiddha, the highest happiness we can experience. We can understand all the movements of the human soul, understand all the manifestation of consciousness in this world. When we are Krishna conscious, everything is possible. We'll be able to understand the human soul's movement and consciousness in the world. And this is what when Krishna conscious work. When it does not work, when devotees lack faith in the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and then they start compensating by studying psychology, that is, they get distracted with many of such things. And second is because of distracted mind. Psychology, astrology, vastu, and some other dharma, all these things are, it's lacking faith on Lord Chaitanya said, that's all, nothing is needed, that's enough. But people, they say, no. Maybe I need some psychology also. Let me hear some psychology and then try to understand it. There are so many problems in my family. So maybe if I learn a little bit, then things will change. And second problem is distracted mind. And everybody has. I am also a victim. Scientists did a survey by asking people, do you think about what they are doing now? And most of the people's mind is somewhere else. Honestly, for me also. Many times you do something, mind is somewhere else. And yeah, it happens. We have to work on it. And when we have to work is we have to work at the time of chanting. That is the best thing. And this is equally true for devotees. Even the most critical thing of japa, our mind is somewhere else. Our minds wander in search of some happiness. This is the tragedy. What is the greatest is we want happiness, and that is the proof that no, we are not certain. Like the mind is incapable concentration when it is scattered. So what happens is scattered mind. Then that's why people need all these gadgets and all, because internally they are not finding, so they try to get from outside. If a mind is peaceful and satisfied, they don't need anything from outside. Because it is disturbed, we want. What happens, what people think, oh, I'm not satisfied, so let me watch some movie and something and make my mind satisfied. But it is going to agitate the mind more. So people wake up, they get into these messengers. So this is actually what happens to most of the people. So we need to apply all our consciousness in studying Siddhanta. We have few more things. So Siddhanta Baliya Chitte na kara alas, iha haite Krishna lage sudhada manas. A sincere student should not neglect the discussion on such conclusions, considering them controversial. For such discussions strengthen the mind, thus one's mind becomes attached to Sri Krishna. So here the devotees will be able to focus on Krishna with devotion when they read the scriptures nicely. So we need to put an effort. We discussed previously also. If Sambandha Jnana is nice, then we'll be able to chant nicely. This is very much, the depth of our chanting will be more. We can chant in a much more deeper understanding. The Sambandha Jnana is very helpful. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, mind will become very concentrated and therefore happy. So when we read Shastra nicely, understand what happens, mind will become very concentrated. So all modern practices weaken the mind, make it more and more sparse and restless and impermanent. So this is actually what happens. Like modern way of what is taught in the school and colleges, many of the things are actually not very good. In terms, it disturbs the mind so much. They give this competitive mentality. They make people compare. All these things actually are distraction to the mind, and they become very restless. Many people, teachers complain, parents complain why children are behaving, because you are giving only such thing. You are telling life is enjoyment. No, life is not enjoyment. Life is responsibility. You're not teaching only that. And then what happens in anything happens to, they say you work hard now and future you'll enjoy. This is the most wrong way to train the children. No, it is not like that. Work hard, you enjoy. No, we have to teach children better work hard because life is a responsibility. You have to take responsibility and you will grow in life by responsibility. And grow where? Grow spiritually, not materially. So anyway, that is not the topic of discussion, but because not big purpose, so I took some opportunity to take some topic, because purport is very just 2 lines, but I thought this will be helpful. So some more points are there, I'll share. Hope you are able to understand. Now, Prabhupada says, in sincere disciple will not consider such discussion of Siddhanta to be empty and will not ignore them, because that will strengthen the mind. And strengthen the mind means the quality of chanting will be nice, because we are able to focus and will not have deviations. Very, very important. Like say there are other Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur was very heavy on Apasampradayas. Now if you see some of the Apasampradayas, they are also devotees only in one way. They also practice nicely. They do chanting, some mantra, they worship Lord, and we may say, Hare, compared to all these Mayavadis, compared to other religions, these people are better, na? At least they are devotees of Krishna. They may be chanting some mantra. Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Not criticizing Christianity and Islam, but you are criticizing these people. Why? Some may ask this question. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur so heavy on these people, and more than Christian and Islam also. So it is a very important point to understand. So the point is, it is very important to know, to the degree you are closer, it's more difficult to make a distinction. Say now in Vrindavan, there are so many such Babajis are there who chant different mantras. Some chant just Radhe, 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 Radhe. But now where did all this come from? They say, Arey, you are following Manjari Bhav, but we are doing Sakhi Bhav. Where did this come from? From which Shastra they got it? The worship of in the mood of Braja, where did it start? It started from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only. Before that, it is not there. Before that, Madhavendra Puri had some feeling like that, and from Ishwar Puri and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's all. Before that, not much. The whole Vrindavan was complete forest. First Goswami to go there was Loknath Goswami. After all the Goswami go, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. He showed what is Radha Kund, Shyam Kund. All other Goswamis went. They started excavating the lost places of Krishna's pastimes. They started it. Why I'm telling this point is because this is if very, very fine things we should understand by reading Siddhartha. Otherwise, we get confused. Now we say, Arey, now what happened is after that, Raghunath Das Goswami was the person who started this Bhajan Kutir and Babajis and all these things. They started from Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. Before it was not there. Now what after that is so many other deviations started coming. Some people say, why should chant Hare Krishna? I'll directly chant Radhe Radhe. So after Gopal Bhatta Goswami, their disciple was there, and I'll not name him because it is on record. So it is getting recorded. But I'm just telling that many people are not qualified, but they started doing all so many other mantras, these, that, so many practices. And see, anybody does little tapasya, they get some power and they get some followers also. But it does not mean that they are right. This creation, anybody has any tapasya, there is a power in that, and it is very attractive also. Like say now Prime Minister of India, he is very very powerful. India has so many followers, and many people are ready to die for him. Now he is powerful, he is influential, he has followers, but that does not mean he is a pure devotee. You are understanding the point. The point is, similarly in Vrindavan also, there are so many people who chant the name, who are very influential, very powerful, but does not mean they are doing completely according to Shastra. Any tapasya you have power. That's all. So when you see that, but one important thing we can see, anybody is like that, they will not, you have to, their Siddhanta is not very strong. They don't speak much Siddhanta. Because if they speak Siddhanta, they don't have any basis of Siddhanta. Why our acharyas have to work so hard writing all these books? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Sastra, Srila Prabhupada. So many books they have to write. Why? Because they want to make things so clear for us. They don't want us to get distracted even by small things also. Even that's the reason why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur have to be heavy, because to the closer we are, the greater damage you can do. Like after Prabhupada left, so many people they went into some other organizations. Because they are the closer people, they did maximum damage. After Prabhupada left, the disciples didn't go to join Christianity or Islam or some other one. Where did they go? They went to the next closest one only. So all these Howl Bowl, Siki Baki, Goranganagari and Jati Gosai, all these things, they are the Apasampradayas. They can do maximum damage to devotees then, because now for many of us, if somebody says, okay, take up Islam or take up Abrahamic religions, we say, no, I will not do. But somebody comes and says, Arey, there is Saki Bhav, there is this, there is that, and many of his devotees go there. They don't go to church or mosque. They go to other organizations who say, we are also doing Krishna Bhakti, but we are doing in a Manjari Bhav. And then we'll say, yeah, maybe true, we should go. That's actually what is happening. That's why they have to be very heavy. The closer you are, the difficult it is to fight. And to refute is also very difficult. They say, what is wrong in chanting the name of Radha? What is wrong in doing bhajan to Radha and Krishna? But the point is, that is not what is recommended in Shastra. That is not what Krishna recommends, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends. These mantras are not recommended. Another thing is, the closer you are, the greater offense you create. Somebody stays in Vrindavan and doing bhajan, this, that. That means they are staying closer. But there is also, because not doing properly, any mantra you are doing, there is a great chance of offenses also. The point is what? Siddhanta should be very, very thoroughly understood. You have to work very hard to, we should not, if you are ready to pay the price, we get that quality product. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came especially to give Vraja Bhakti. And that is the only way. And Raghunath Das Goswami clearly says in Manasiksha, Sri Rupam Swarupam Tasyagrajam Apimam. This is only by mercy of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami and Sarudamodar Goswami only we will be able to achieve this Vraja Prem. No other way. So it's not fanatic, actually it's telling the truth, because that is the process that is given. Now the point what I want to tell is that we need to be very careful with all this. Many people are keeping in the status also. Who are not ISKCON devotees, they are posting their lectures. Who are not connected. But they may look very nice. They are talking some nice points, some nice jokes or some nice information. But it's not going to help anyway. It's not going to change the heart. Which is why it will happen only through philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we have to hear that from the right source, from then it will work. Hope I made some points. If any questions, comments, I will take.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Dear devotees, if you have any realization or comments or any questions, please go ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question.
It can take some more time, but I thought I have made, so that's why I'm taking Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is it possible for you to share the notes that you are sharing on the screen before?
Sure, miss. I will send it to Mataji and she can post
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the group.
yeah. Thank you, Prabhu. We have raised hand, Sushmita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Radha Jyoti Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam to you. Prabhuji, my question to you is, Prabhuji, you mentioned one statement while teaching us in the session. You said there is one possibility that we focus on removing anarthas, and there is another thing that we focus on remembering Lord. So all our endeavor has to be to remember God, remember Krishna, right? And but what we do, what I did, or what generally I focus on how to remove anarthas instead of being focused. But both the things are same only. No, when the anarthas will be removed, then only we will be able to remember Lord. But you mentioned that there is for that thing also we should keep Krishna in the center. So it was not clear for me. What exactly? Could you please explain on this point, Prabhuji?
Say now you are sitting for chanting. So what we should do? We just try to focus on holy name, but mind is running here, there, here, there. Then what is the best way? You become prayerful. Say, Krishna, I cannot control my mind. I cannot chant your names. Now you please help me to chant. You please help me controlling my mind. Oh, that is the way to achieve Krishna. That is the way that we can connect ourselves to Krishna. That we start taking shelter of Krishna. Now instead of bothering, like any activity you are doing, we need not bother what will happen, what is the result. No, I just wanted to please Krishna. And I know that I am conditioned, I do mistakes. Now say I did the mistake yesterday. Instead of thinking about the mistake, what I should tell? Krishna, I really did mistake. Please help me come out of it. Only you can help me to come out of it. I am not focusing on the mistake. I am focusing on whom? I am focusing on Krishna only because I am praying to him. This is our way. Any problem happened, we instead of thinking, Array, I have lust. How should I overcome lust? What should I do for lust? No, no need to do anything separately. You start praying to Krishna. You say, Krishna, please help me. Whatever Bhagavatam Krishna is telling, okay, Krishna is telling, you engage your senses properly, I'll engage. But because Krishna is telling, I am doing. So we are more thinking in terms of what Krishna wants. And many of the times we should not have time for thinking about ourselves. Morning you did cooking for pleasure of Krishna. You did chanting for pleasure of Krishna. You hear Bhagavatam for pleasure of Krishna. You just start doing things for pleasure of Krishna, and all anarthas, they will evaporate without your knowing only. Now that is what should be our focus. And now we may say, Array, for me, this is the like if a pure heart, you can remember Krishna. Unless you remember Krishna, your heart will not get purified. It looks like it is never ending thing. I should be pure to remember Krishna. But because my heart is not pure, I am not able to remember Krishna. So how it works? So in between the important aspect comes prayer. So to pure heart can remember Krishna, but my heart is not pure. So what should I do now? I start praying. This is where all Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Prahlad Maharaj, now chapter comes, it's full of prayers. Why prayers? Before chanting, we have Shishashtakam prayers, right? And Mangalarti is prayer. Guru Puja is prayer. Whole chanting itself is prayer also in one way. Why we are doing it? Because that's the way we purify our heart, and more we can serve Krishna and remember Krishna. So the prayer is the middle thing that will help us change. Hope I understood your question and answered also.
Yes, Prabhuji, but I have one more question. Say you said, when we study shastras, I was not when I just joined, I was not knowing anything about anarthas. Now after hearing, oh, I came to understand. Okay, there is concept called anarthas. Now we are trying to understand it to make sure that okay, we know this concept and we have to understand this to go ahead. It's not that I want to remove it. I just came across this concept and I want to understand it, and then I have to move on because it's not in my hand after all. Then is that approach wrong, Prabhuji? How we should understand that? Because in chanting, when the mind, it's not like every time mind goes here and there. Sometime mind do understand, okay, we are trying something every day. So at that time there is a hope, and and after that there is no hope. So it is happening, but this approach is there to move on, to at least to understand the anartha's point, right? So what, how you look at that? Because that anartha concept is also coming from shastras only, and we are trying to attempt to get rid of it. So that cannot be going away from Lord, right? It is coming from Lord itself. So that's what, because
The,
being prayerful doesn't mean that we should not give attention to our anarthas. It has to be a conscious attempt to our anarthas, right? That's what my
so
question
how
was.
it is, see, first of all, two things. One is when we have to know about our anarthas. That means we should be conscious. So when we know, then only we start praying. Amara Jivan Sada Papera Nahi Ko Punyera Lesha and Gopinath Mama Nivedana Suno. So this is actually what realization a person comes to. This is very high level of realization. When he starts seeing anarthas, then we start feeling very humbled, and that's the stay. That is where we can start taking shelter of Krishna. So when we start understanding my problem, then I start taking shelter. The point is we don't understand only that I have a problem. Everything is fine. Then initially when we come in bhakti, we feel pure devotee syndrome. Everybody feels I am so nice. Slowly we start understanding. Oh, actually I have lust also. First time when I came to know I am very greedy, I felt so sad. And I am so greedy person. Krishna showed me how greedy you are. So I was so unhappy that time. But it was actually good that I should know what I am. Then what will happen? What is in our hand is to please Krishna. We make all these anarthas. Krishna only removes. See, like the example is given. If a boy is drowning in a river, he's shouting, "Protect me, protect me," and somebody comes and he rescues. Now, because of his shouting, he is not coming out. Somebody protected him. His shouting is only attracting the mercy of somebody. So our sadhana is like that. Anarthas we cannot overcome on our own. Anarthas only by Krishna's mercy we will overcome. But our sadhana is an attempt to attract Krishna's mercy. So when we know that I am such a fallen person, what I will say? I'll start crying for Krishna. Then I'll start more intensely. Oh Krishna, I am really very like this. So please help me, please protect him. So that is what is. So we should know our anarthas, but that knowing anarthas will help us to become more prayerful and come out of it like that.
So Prabhuji, this consciousness is expanding, right? Because every devotee,
Ah,
when we that that particular devotee gives a hit to our consciousness, it either in the good way or other way, means it will give the devotee will give the good thing, or it will say not to do this thing, either of this. So this consciousness is because of devotees only. Now every devotee we meet, the consciousness level has to go higher, and then it affects our chanting also, right?
Yeah. See, some basic things now we should consciously work. We know some things are wrong. When we are conscious, we stop doing it. And as soon as we came to Krishna conscious, we started following regulative principles. We became conscious. We know these are bad, I should not do it. Some things which are more subtler, that we need help of Krishna. Some gross things we can do on being little conscious, but some things we cannot do. So our consciousness, of course, we should grow, and it should grow so much that it becomes Krishna conscious. Now our consciousness is self-conscious, but its growing universal consciousness is Krishna consciousness. That's how we are able, when we see Krishna everywhere, universal consciousness, we should grow. And by being conscious, we are at least able to stop. Like say, if I am conscious, I will not make offenses. All offenses are because being unconscious only. With Vaishnavas also, if we are dealing with a person, if you are not conscious, you will commit offenses. With the holy name also, if you are not conscious, we commit offenses. With the deities also, if you are not conscious, we commit offenses. All our offense, why we are in this material world, is because we are not conscious. If we grow our consciousness, become conscious, then there are no offenses. It will be very nice. We will continue to commit offenses otherwise.
So Prabhuji, when I say one Maha Mantra, say, and my mind is not there in that particular mantra, so that is a blank mantra, right? Because when we say Maha Mantra,
That is offensive chanting.
then we invite Lord. Then there is the potency has to be the calling of our is the potency that the mantra will have, right?
Yeah.
So when there is a blank Maha Mantra, what exactly happens? It reduces our consciousness.
No. What happens is actually it is an offense. You are calling a person, but you are not responding to him. That's offensive chanting. And what happens is when we start doing, the offensive chanting, we are not working, we lose faith. It has an effect. That's why we chanting for years and years. After some time, he will lose faith only in chanting. He will stop, discontinue chanting. It has an effect because negative effect. If you are not consciously chanting, it
So
will
our
be a ritual.
consciousness degrades. Our
Mataji?
consciousness degrades. Our consciousness degrades, right, Prabhuji?
Degradation means losing faith. In that way, it is. We can say it is not we can say we are losing faith. People lose faith. Like so, some people they left Krishna conscious after coming. You say why did they lose? Because they just did not practice properly, especially chanting. Or they go to some other organizations. That is also because of this, not properly chanting. If you chant, you have to be at least some mantras. We should be conscious. That will also protect. Krishna is so merciful. It is something you chant consciously. I will protect.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Eternally grateful to you. Thank you so much for answering. I'm grateful to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for answering it so nicely. And thank you, Radha Mataji, for asking the question. I can see one hand raised from Sukhakar Krishna Prabhu. Prabhuji, please unmute yourself and go ahead. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Sushmita Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Thank you, Radha Pramod Das Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Whenever you come, I feel so much blissful because you are a Vaikuntha man. Prabhuji, just I wanted to find out. See, you tell there are different sampradayas. The 4 sampradayas are all actually acceptable, no? Vallabha Sampradaya, that is from Rudra, Shiva, and Sri Sampradaya from Ramanujacharya, and the Kumara Sampradaya to the 4 Kumaras. So, the Sri Sampradaya is given Om Namo Narayana, the Bija Mantra. And Vallabhacharya Sampradaya is Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. But the Kumara Sampradaya is given Krishna, Krishna, Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. That's the same. That instead of Hare, they removed Radha, Radha, Krishna, Krishna. That they had put that one. So I find in Vrindavan there is one devotee with brown this one dadi, some Hari Sampradaya or something, and even Modi ji and all went that day. I found also or Amog Lila Prabhu also had gone. So I found out he's from which Sampradaya. He's from Braj Sampradaya, Brajvasi. But he is powerful. But he is telling Mahamantra Chaitanya Baba is going, that is very powerful. But in Vrindavan, Radha also, we should chant. So you told no today that Radha Radha is not there because even the Prabhu who passed away in Vrindavan, I forgot his name. The who sings well, Prabhu, what's his name? One
Ainder
Prabhu, Ainder Prabhu. He told that why Hare Krishna, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that Hare Krishna is actually Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna means they are joining. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, there's separation. Joining, separation. Union, separation. So that mode Mahaprabhu wanted, so we are chanting that. That's why we are not doing Radha Krishna and all. Hare Krishna is actually Radha Krishna only. So this, there is one Indresh who does a lot of katha and all. So the other sampradaya we are not supposed to hear at all. From Sri Sampradaya.
We can hear if we want to go to Vaikunta. But if you want to have Vraja Prem, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, we should be very, very strict in terms of what we are hearing. Because there will be deviation in the feelings, then you will not get. Because it is such a fine and such a refined thing and such a highest thing, we need to pay that price. That level of chastity is must to attain that. That level of chastity is so very required. We should know I cannot go even 1 degree away from what Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur or Prabhupada gave. So by hearing from any others, there is always a chance. What happens now? There will be all rasabhas. Like there is a one person comes to Jagannath Puri and he writes his poem and he want to make Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hear it. Then they said no, first Swarup Damodar will hear. Once he approves, then only it will go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he says that, oh, the Supreme Lord who is in the form of wood is Jagannath. He only came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Something he writes. And Sarvodamar Goswami becomes so upset with him. He says, what is this? What are you writing? This is called Rasabhas. So even you cannot keep like uh, in the altar, how do you keep deities? So one time what I did is a yatra. I kept Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra in the middle, and on the right side Radha Gopinathji and left side Gaurnitai. So what happened? When I kept, I kept Radha Krishna in between. So Radharani and Balramji are coming besides each other. Then Maharaj called and said, this is Rasabhas. You cannot keep like this. So it's so fine, so refined. You cannot keep only like this. It is not allowed. We have to be very strict in terms of all these rasas and everything should be followed properly. And that's why something what is given to us so highest, and to gain it, we need to pay that price. That's why we cannot hear from anyone. Unless they have properly heard from acharyas and they are only speaking that, then there is no problem. There is always a risk. We may mix up many things without knowing, and that will cause rasabhas. That's an offense.
And what about Gopal Bhatta Goswami? He has recommended Radha Raman. So that Radha Raman song, if you sing hearing song, is it wrong?
Hearing songs not a problem, bro. If it is coming from Bonafide. And very important, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has to work very hard to separate so many. There are so many songs that are written in the name of Loknath Goswami, in the name of Narottam Das Thakur. So many such songs were written, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta has to work very hard to separate them. They said these are all bogus. They are not actually written by Loknath Goswami. They are not written by Narottam Das. So they properly formulated. These are the only songs they are written. No, sir, that is a song written on Krishna only. No, even though it is written on Krishna, it is Rasabhas. So many such things are there which will mix up. And that's why even songs also we should hear from a bona fide acharya and in a proper understanding. Otherwise, anybody can write a song and it looks like a song on Krishna only. But it is not actually depicting what is the philosophy. So it's a problem.
Indresh Prabhu written a song which is Vanir Gunavanu Kathane. That is actually from our Sampradaya only, that song, that sloka is, Vanir Gunavanu Kathane Shravano Kathaya. So in that only the song is made. So I was just thinking it is from Sanskrit only, so I can sing like that. But you're telling that you
If they are doing it, if they are bona fide, they have understood philosophy and they are writing, then that is okay. But already we have so many songs by our acharyas, we can continue with them. Why to go for new things? And somebody has that desire to write, that's not a problem. They can write, but they have to understand the Siddhanta properly and write.
You should not miss out Goloka.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for asking the question, and thank you, Prabhuji, for answering it. Prabhuji, I have a question. Can I ask, Prabhu?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Prabhu, you said, Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji, you said if we will develop the Sambandha Jnana, then we can chant more nicely, even more focusedly. So, how to develop that, Prabhu? How to establish the relationship? Means, how can we cultivate that, Prabhu?
Yeah, Sambandha basically means in our cases, we should have very clear understanding of who is Krishna, what is our relation with him, what is this matter nature, how we are entangled, and all this knowledge. Like we have to understand, and especially what is Bhakti Yoga, what is Karma Yoga, what is Jnana Yoga. All these things should be very, very clear. We should not have any, if somebody says what is Nishkam Karma Yoga, we should have very clear understanding about it. That will help us to when we increase our faith on the holy name, because our sambandha is very clear now. Otherwise, these confusions always remain. People say, "Arey, why our acharyas are condemning? They are Nityanand Vamshis. They are also nice devotees only. They don't speak anything negative about us. Why they are speaking about them?" This is, we should not have any doubts like that. Why, any our acharyas are, when we have very clear understanding of Siddhanta, Sambandha Jnana, without any doubts we will be able to chant nicely. Certainly these things will be there. And Sambandha Jnana basically means I need Krishna, and we should know why. Very much difference. See, if we keep Krishna very far also, we dare not develop love. If it's too close also, no love. Exact location should be. Krishna is mother also, Krishna is father also. Krishna is telling, I'm Pitahamasya Jagato Mata Dada. As a father, he is providing. As a mother, he is caring. So both Krishna is doing. So like moon, I know there is nurturing, there are some emotions, there are some feelings. It's all motherly, and that is Krishna. So everything is Krishna providing. I am taking water, I am taking air, I am taking sunlight. Krishna is providing. So all this knowledge, connection with Krishna will make us feelingly chant his names and much more deeper way, and will not get any doubts from anyone. Suddenly says, Array, you people are Krishnas, it's all imagination of your mind. You are imagining that there is something, and all these religions are imagination only. Your imagination, you are creating something. Who has seen God? So these are the things that will create doubt. So we should have proper answers for him. If somebody asks you, what answer you give? So we should be very clear. Somebody says, Array, all the religions they fight. If one God, why they have to fight? That means there is no God. So many such questions will come. People start telling, and no, you can be God conscious, but why are you too serious about it? It's not so many such things are there. We should have clear answers for all the questions. That is called Sambandha Jnana. When this is clear, then our quality of chanting is, we say, yes, there is nothing to do in this life other than chanting. He says, what about earning money? What about career? What about family? What about this? We should have clear understanding about all these things. We should be very clear. How much I need, what I need, when I need. Then we know, yes, everything is aside. I know now Krishna is the only thing I should take shelter, and we start taking shelter of it so nicely. So when we hear properly from proper source and with proper understanding and clarifying all questions, like why when you encounter materialistic people, what all questions they ask now, we should have all answers for it. In that way, our Sambandha Jnana is so clear. Then we will not get anywhere distracted. Hope I understood you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhu. And more importantly, that we have to do it consciously. Whatever hearing, we have to do consciously. Then only the question will arise. Right, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Prabhuji, if you are doing some devotion, you said we have to always cultivate that feeling that we have to feel that we are doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. So, Prabhuji, if somebody means if we are doing in the starting stage, if we are doing some devotional service, then in the deep of my heart, if I'll get means we will say that okay, it because of Prabhupada's mercy, we got this devotional service. We say that, but from the deep, maybe there will be a tent, Prabhu, for self appraisal, like okay, I am doing this. So how can we always think that okay, how can we cultivate that feeling, Prabhu, that we are doing this work not for any self appraisal or anything, for pleasure of Krishna. Whatever we are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. How can we always give that credit to Lord?
First, Mataji, we should more important to cultivate is cultivate that always think if when you wake up in the morning, just 3 times you say, I am servant of Krishna, I am servant of Krishna, I am servant of Krishna. Today, let me do all service of Krishna. We have to first, we should create an identity for ourselves. Now you created your identity as I am so and so, I belong to so and so place, my father, my husband, my children. You have created your identity. And because you have that identity, your thoughts and your actions is based on that identity. You think about your family, you think about your career because you identify with it. You think about your all because you have identified. Now you create another identity. What is that identity? I am servant of Krishna. If you are servant of Krishna, whom should you think about? You think about your master. Whom should I serve? I serve master. Whatever master gives. I may be interested in name and fame. If a master don't want to give, what can I do? Let him not give. Then we are okay with it. He gives, I take it. He does not give, I am okay with it because he's my master. Because the identity is very clear, the things are very easy for us. First, you create an identity that I am servant. That's why initiation, we all get the name Das, Dasi. Why? We are given an identity, an ego is given. And now to become servant of Krishna, we should become servant of our spiritual master. I start giving an identity. Yeah, I am servant of my guru. So now you are coordinating for this class. You are doing for the pleasure of your guru. You are doing because you are servant. You are servant of all the Vaishnavas here. You are identifying as a servant of. So let me serve all these Vaishnavas here. So it becomes very easy. Now some people may appreciate, some people may not appreciate. That is what Krishna wants. But I will try my best to do some service for the Vaishnavas because who am I? I'm servant of devotees. Who am I? I'm servant of Krishna. So if you cultivate this identity as a servant, then to do it for Krishna separately, you need not do anything separately. Any activity you are doing only for that only. You don't have any separate activity to do in life. You have only one activity because your identity is a servant. Even I am eating, yeah, I have to eat because I have to serve Krishna. I am sleeping, yeah, I need rest because I have to serve Krishna. You are cooking, yeah, because I have to offer to Krishna. Any act, I have to work because I come home, I take care of my body and family so that I get time to serve Krishna. So all our activity has only one identity. I am Gopir Bhartor Padakamalyor Das Dasana Das. I am just servant of the master of gopis. So first create an identity, then actions will follow. That means we work at the level of ego. And ego is changed, all things are changed. As soon as a girl or a boy get married, both of their ego changes. They start identifying themselves as husband and wife. And all the activities they do based on that only. Because what is the sanskara? Vivaha sanskara is basically giving the ego. Any sanskara is giving ego. So why that big pompous marriage ceremony? To give an ego to them. Suddenly one fine day, one boy and girl are brought together and said, now you are husband and wife. So then they get that ego and they start working with that ego. Anytime after marriage, he going office or anywhere, he's always conscious. Oh, I am husband. No, I should behave like this. I cannot just go for parties alone. I should take my wife also. So he becomes conscious. So this is actually ego, what is needed for us. Identity that I am servant of Krishna. I need to work for Krishna. I'll go outside as a servant of Krishna. I work in the house as a servant of Krishna. I take care of everything as a servant of Krishna, like that.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for the beautiful answer, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, there is one more hand raised from Hemi Mataji. Hemi Mataji, do you want to ask a question? Please go
Thank you,
ahead.
Mataji, for the opportunity. Thank you, Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. I have a question because it was Shivratri yesterday here. So, I mean, I was a Shiva, not really devotee. I used to pray to Shiva before I came to Krishna consciousness. So, as a gratitude to Lord Shiva, I fast for Shivratri that he directed me to Krishna. So in gratitude, I thought I can have that. I mean, I can fast. So I was talking to my mother, and she was saying that if you want to chant a round of Om Namo Shivaya, so you should do Namo Shivaya, Namo Shivaya. So I said that no, I don't need to chant that. Then I was thinking to myself that maybe I'm offending Shiva because he's Vaishnava at the end of the day. So I got kind of a little bit confused that is it I am offering my gratitude to Lord Shiva that he directed me to Krishna, and now I'm saying this. So was this an offensive statement, Prabhuji, what I made?
You have to do what pleases Lord Shiva. Shiva will be happy if you chant Hare Krishna. He is Gopeshwar Mahadev. He is in Vrindavan. He is also doing it. And if you are also doing, he will also be happy. He says, yeah, this is a good thing you are doing. He wanted when Sanatan Goswami was sitting and chanting at Chakleshwar Mahadev, and because of mosquitoes, he want to leave that place. Lord Shiva is there, and he want to association of Sanatan Goswami, because not that Sanatan Goswami is chanting Om Namah Shivaya. Sanatan Goswami is chanting Hare Krishna only. He wanted it. That's why he told the mosquito demigod, no mosquito should come in this area, because I want Sanatan Goswami he should sit besides me and chant Hare Krishna. So it's not offense. And in Hari Bhakti Vilas also it is said, you have to express your gratitude and you have to fast on Shivratri. So it is good that you are fasted and you are expressing your gratitude. And best way to please Lord Shiva is chanting Hare Krishna. No offense. He will not be offended. He will be more than happy that he is. And it is said that Lord Shiva with his associates from Kailash, they go to Brahmajyoti and do kirtan. Kirtan of whom? Kirtan of Krishna only, to attract the Brahmajyoti liberated living entities to Vaikuntha. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, I can see again the hand raised from Radha Mataji. Radha Mataji, do you have a question again, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you for allowing me
Please
to
go ahead,
ask.
Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is, what happens to the feelings when we chant? So, how we link that to the consciousness? Because we cannot cultivate feelings, right? As we try to practice the feelings, I don't know how to define that, but it doesn't. We cannot cultivate it. While chanting, it has to come. So, is it that after getting realizations while chanting, the feelings will come for the sambandha will be established, or at least will be approaching towards it?
Don't think so much about it, Mataji. You just chant and hear, try to hear, try to be as attentive as possible chanting. Whatever comes naturally, let it come. No need to so much worry about feelings and all. Only thing we should do now is you chant and hear. And whatever comes on its own naturally, and you be prayerful that let me chant Krishna, please make me do service to devotees, and some whatever you have understood about philosophy, you can pray it, and you can try to just hear the holy name as much as possible. Hear whatever feeling comes on its own, let it be, but no need to so much bother about the feeling. More important is hearing is more important.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll listen to you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you, Mataji again. Prabhuji, I don't see any hand raised in chat. Okay, Radha Jyoti Mataji is thanking you, Prabhu. And yes, Prabhu, I cannot see any more hand raised. So with your permission, can we end the call here, Prabhu?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for your enlightening class today. We are very happy and grateful to you and look forward for your association again in the future. Dear devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpa tarubhyasya
Krishna kripa sindhubhya
patita nam
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namaha.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada
Jai
ki jai, His
Jai
Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you so
Jai
much, Prabhuji.
Ho
Hare Krishna.
Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda
Nityananda.
Gauranga Nityananda Jai Jai Shri
Nityananda.
Radhe Shyam
You all
सबको
Hari
मिले
Bol,
वृंदावन धाम गोवर्धन गिरिराज की जय हो मायापन अपने धाम की जय हो जगन्नाथ पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय हो मनोकरी माता जय को विनीता माता की जय
Hari Bol. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today's
ललिता
call.
दीनबंधु माता जी की जय
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
We close the call for today.